It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And coming up, we've got Devin Leary. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Ravens and the Saints next on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they can get it.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year of the NFL now.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Throwing to start the drive. Stratton. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. First carry now for Justice Hill. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. But as you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused. And some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
Checking my first fourth and
stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Leary. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Up the middle, it's Hill. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On third down, it's Hill. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On 4th down, Leary. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spelling them in the offensive backfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stratton is going to float this one deep right side. And that's
that's some bullshit.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 73 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Just get your ass off my channel. Ain't nobody but you.
They kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll throw with Leary. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The Ravens at 9-6 now. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. And you look at this Saints defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
I knew that was coming.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league. And big
How you done with Drew
always
Brees
end up winning
number?
games.
Oh, hell no. But Michigan got to change that.
Come up with a 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun. Stratton. This short throw caught by Goddard. Nice little juke. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll go up the middle with White. Down to the 42, second down. White's numbers from a week ago. 16 carries, 62 yards.
Just an all right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though. He knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
They stay on the ground with White. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson. Past the 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Again, it's Hill. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. They'll try the right side here with White. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's incomplete. Well, look at this Baltimore defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now third down and very long. Back to throw. Stratton. There's Chris Olave. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a 2nd and 10. Going again on the ground here with Hill. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now Leary. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Damn it.
Brian Brzee in there to get him, and with it, time will expire here in this first half of play. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This short throw caught, and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players, knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
And he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. 2nd and 10. To throw is Leary. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing is Leary. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Tucker's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Operating from the gun, Stratton, another catch by White, back-to-back plays. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end drop.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stratton gets this complete to Shaheed. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Stratton. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
First down, here's White. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Stratton got his man complete. And the ball is knocked out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Leary. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Throwing now, Leary. And Walker has it. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Leary now going to look to throw. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
This is a nice display of belief and faith right here because he just fumbled on the previous drive and it led to a field goal. They definitely want to have a short memory and they believe he has one. So they put him right back in the fire early in the next drive.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now 3rd down and 7. Again, he'll drop the throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on first and second down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll look to throw again. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Leary. That's complete left side to Bateman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Got his open man. It's Mallory. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Leary. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice.
I'm lying. This nigga dropped the touchdown. Oh, man.
Break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Oliver. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. In motion left, Hardman. They'll throw with Leary. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there at second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Leary. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Fourth down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Tucker's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. We haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Michael Penix. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Ramondre Stevenson, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We got an excellent first half from the man from Kentucky. That's Devin Leary. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Plans making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better.
Football, man. God damn.
They'll probably keep a tight end in.
And teams ain't back there against the line.
Add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Operating from the gun, Leary. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Leary. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And so much of football is about mismatches, and here they're going to line their running back out wide to the right, and I think defensively there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that, and they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They run straight ahead here with White. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Stratton. On the left side, a catch by White. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here. They hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Stratton. He completes it right side to White. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Operating from the gun. Stratton. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it's taken ahead to the 28-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 5. To throw is Leary. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And the coverage terrific as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Throwing is Leary. That's to the tight end, Mallory. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Leary. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Do it for me.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time.
You don't do that.
You're exactly right about that. But now,
fix
back
it.
up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line.
Oh, that's touchdown. Come on.
Following the turnover. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Hill. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Another shot from the 1 on second. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
It's a for me. It's already
Ravens
done.
are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Second down and inches. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. On the give, it's White. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Got it here at the 29 on second and 8. They keep it on the ground. White again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Myers' kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, We just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game. In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth.
Oh, boy.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Leary now going to look to throw.
And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, so
Took a pretty
good.
good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 11. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Stratton.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Operating from the gun. Stratton.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Myers for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
Throwing now, Leary. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Leary. And this is going to be
come on, man. This dude just jumps in front of some bullshit.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Looking to throw. Stratton. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now inside the 25, Chris Olave. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave with now 2 4th-quarter touchdowns. And the Saints strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Leary. Under pressure, and down he goes. Brian Brzee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback. The protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Off play action. Leary under pressure. They got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Back to throw. Leary taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And got his man complete. Down to the 10. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 4 yards. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Opting to run again here with White. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On the handoff, this is White. Able to slither by. Still staying on his feet.
Come on, guys.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Cheating the hell out
50
of him.
yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Stratton. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pierce is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Myers' kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Off the play fake, Leary. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Play action. Leary. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And once again, Hill, he's been busy.
Bullet said,
And he's going
damn
to lose
it.
yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Leary. They set up the screen to Hill. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
10 seconds. Well, 12 yards. That is close.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now carry number 20 here for Hill.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
But they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Now 1st and goal.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result was the touchdown run by Justice Hill. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 4. A minute 14 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. It's Olave.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Back to throw.
Oh, he had
Wow.
a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
You're not going to get many better opportunities than that to take the lead in the 4th quarter. He's got a man wide open. But, oh, my goodness, just too much air under the ball, and he knew it right away.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Bobby, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. 2nd and 6 coming up. Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. That one looks like he'll throw here. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
So it is.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm
Two in, 2 back ends, boot up, look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out, so tell me. We ain't getting no younger, so tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know you run it up at night. You know I gotta get one life for this. Went through. J. Cole said it's me to bills, but I'm the king and adjust it all. Really wanna wipe me down. I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty better beef with me than never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while I'm Twitter with my phone out. Got an Eminem deal, but I'm Hershey 6'2", dark skin purpose. Never voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying Lil Curtis. Yeah. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Share they G, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that end zone? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing, I'm on. I till I can't. Sorry, mama, yeah, I know that. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my belt, so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in the tank. I'ma pull up just to look, just to Cat, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gon' do? 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 I'm finna. What you gon' do? I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guaps. If I get it to pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rice. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, I flew elevator, we facing my brad. You on deposit the memo, cash. Red light, yellow light, green light, go. The events, I take the bank home. I won't keep quiet, I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend cut, want me alone. My she said be your home, but I blah. I'm a businessman, so I give her a loan now. 3 pumps in the chain from the Homer. Her Bucky a goner. Her get Bucky a goner. What you gon' do? 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 Up in a stunt. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sorrows, but they learn to swim. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Head in a bottle, put my heart in a case. It's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Send me sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers from the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the right at the end of my road. At the end of my wrongs, I need some good news. Send me sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes.
Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
I sit on the corner and shook my, now I'm gonna give y'all another hit.
And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
That, say poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black, designer say Gucci, Prada print. DOE, I'm a condo rich. Big Dolce, Diva, Donda, the Tokyo, Honda drip. Poppin' Dolce season, new persona, new pushback, but I'm still gon' get that. Labels quaking, they mistaken. I'm that wrist stay frozen, QG. Let's go, I'ma kick. With a boo, why bother? I'm that, you ain't no. I'm a get money type of. If you ain't getting money, don't type me. Crocodile Birkin might bite him. Can't hang with her if I don't like them. These, I come through and nip you crickets. I come through and moves be switching. I'm the problem, I'm the villain. I don't see these rickshaws throwing dirt on my name and he gon' hit still. Know who to play with, and these know who to play with.
That's how I be happy. This for all my not a babies. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in it. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it down for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In the dirty apartments. Stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like the New Orleans. Girl shine. Like the Magnolia. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palm, spilling, code 304. She don't want a 16, renegade on up, make it. Buy a tree, no love, I'ma sleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section. Gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Under my polo pajamas, face getting ran, gotta watch for the cameras. Before you get freaky, can't with no rap.
for gold. That's all we need, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody else is sour, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, family, turn your back on you, everything, you know what I'm talking about? But you know one day, you got a soldier like me, I'm gonna stay solid, baby, to the bone, bro, so you know me. You understand what I'm saying? Off the top.
I don't need your flowers, I'm living. First time I seen $1 million, I squinted. Bro, give me a pack to help me hustle. Came a long way from the project buildings. That's where Granny went when she left Louisiana, trying to dodge Jim Crow. But you can't escape the master stained glass windows. Got my vision from the past. I'm probably finna go to hell, but it don't matter, seeing heaven on earth. No, I could have been up on the shirt. If I ain't get my shit together, go to work. I've been hitting the licks since flip verse first. Riding like witchcraft, finding beauty in the darkness like Rembrandt. Everybody gang, gang, gang till it get bad. Do you hear me? The ghetto was a mismatch. You ain't never finna win that. Nah. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shy. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the wireless, real shine. Like the Magnolia, yeah. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shy. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like the wireless, real shine. Like the Magnolia, yeah. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA, I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shotty while bro had to get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? I the sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlson if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when to stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, just shooting. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, they first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than Ayukin. They sending shots for some high, just juke it. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G. You know I can't forget that I do it. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. I can show you
that underground music, riding in the good. Now you tighten up, you lose. I approve. I bet I step in the proof. straight up to ground, make all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come get a wish list. They come get a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come get a wish list. They come get a wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me and be a money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted when her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she like. She got it done and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. In and out of DMs trying to be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt off when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the other number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them team that went the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you grew up down the street, my uncles up her brothers. I said, jumping back, been lit. You at? She was just running, Emmett Smith, run it back. She had a nigga, rubbing and just caught up. Then she got me playing Daryl, painting nails, calling me Sonic the Hedgehog the way I be chasing. You know she got them
Brands of the bed.
I'm in Miami, so we know it.
Bands of the jet.
I called her door back with a 50, she wanted the. She said, who? About to make me cancel this L. She said, hood is on, but she in a condo that her buddy own. Payment good, and she good as gone. Boy, you should've known. Calling me up on 50 phones, foot on all these. Never let them keep me on my tippy toes.
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. what you talking about. There's still something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance till the turn stays light. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? There's still something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less. Say less.
Stop the room when you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me no options. Say less, say less. Stop the room when you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less, say less, say less.
Say less.
recommended. This for all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here with the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them things that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers, want to pick of the litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime, yeah, this is the big ticket. Coach at Comptown, I'm talking that King Richard. It's like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing them glass slippers.
On sight, I give you the green light. This all bark, we all bite.
You gambling with your life? Let's roll the dice.
Piece of problems if this dog in a fight.
That's right.
Legendary.
Open them wide.
Sounding like a perfect.
I just buckle up with a few.
We can't arrange that.
Dropping out of the blue.
You know what? That.
All I wanna do is and just take your money. All I wanna do is and just take your money.
Hip hop took this globe.
We done did it.
Wanna see a mogul? We showing you how to pivot. Got this from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and having some fun with it.
These songs, King Kong, my team strong. Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Got the killers in choir all singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still the product. I seen the money coming, I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shotgun in case it get out of pocket. Why you wanna press the issue? You need to stop and keep a lawyer on retainer for depositions and dockets. Back to the topic in case you forgot it. Anonymous head bobbing, baby, keep that poppin' fun.
Baby, I'm just trying to get.
Go.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena.
One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect, I don't need nothing on me. The Father may wait for me, feel just like Bronny. I got my little belly, my blessings, they on me. They rain, yeah, you see how I'm coming. It sound like we drumming. I reach on my goals like my nephew be doping. Back on the rim, riding on rims. Came in all black to that, I came back to my to that. Reppin' no Cadillac, feel like a Cadillac. Nothing but class, it's never been average, never been on. Averix on me, I'm tougher than homie Javante. The fight is my mantra, I want it, I will. Get you a wheel, they carry it. We fightin' a live, my is all. I'm back in my bag on God. Duffel, don't fear no opponent. You know I'm gon' hustle like rubber band on it. Counting my blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. Got all these like Malcolm and Sadie. That's word to my mama tatted on my body. My left arm, they ain't left arm. They still doing harm. Bodies on bodies. Cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolphin. I'm crying for Nipsey, been feeling like Lauren. Carried the cross, got the sun in my eyes. Room for this, I ain't meant to be no bride. I'm married, but I know you still feel obliged. Bounce on these, I learned from tonight. Back in my bag and it's big as a duffel. With blessings on blessings, I came through this struggle, I'm back.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Yeah.
It's Week 18 of the 2027 season, and this one features the Ravens' sure-handed tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Ravens and the Browns, and it's
welcome in, everyone,
next.
to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on the complete opposite side, you got guys making plans for the offseason, figuring out where they're going on vacation. Week 18 is a tricky thing around the league. A lot of division games, a lot of interesting matchups. And we're just wrapping up stage one of what is an unbelievable NFL season.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. Did they get themselves...
Oh, and they come after him right away, and Deputy goes on the first play of the game.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tillman, the man in motion. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3 plays. No first downs. Time for 4th down.
Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode. And maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
That's taken in at the 50. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time and taking the snaps. A quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions, but it leads to some missed opportunities as the play unfolds. He could have had more touchdown output if he would have just gotten off that first read and found the open man. He got away with it last week. He doesn't want to make a habit of trying to get away with it every week. He needs to clean that up, especially if he wants to come away with a win here today.
And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
First down, Ravens.
They'll run here with Hill. And he'll take this down to the 28-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Leary. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Kevin Byard, the veteran who's broken up a few passes in his day, gets to that one. Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. Now Leary. And And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Ravens will take a 3-0 lead.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Browns offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage? That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Myles Garrett able to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. On run play. This is Hill. And to pick up 3 or maybe 4. Myles Garrett able to bring him down.
It's all on and green.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Your tight end motioning left here. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
Taking my first 4th and 4.
It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
What is
2nd and 7.
or just a ring?
To throw, here's Leary. This one complete to Oliver. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were moving so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They'll come up here first.
Don't you worry. No.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll look to throw. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it up. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So that guy in the slot, Mike, yes, he has to have great reaction times. Yes, he has to have great quickness and speed. But because he's typically facing the shiftiest and highest targeted player on the opposing offense, he has to have great instincts. That's what we saw there. His reaction time and his anticipation allowed him to jump that route, get his hands on it, and snatch one of those targets away.
The Ravens offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. We'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB dream, a pick six for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on a pick six. Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for six. These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side.
He's gonna why. He's gonna why.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point.
All of my tears go.
Through the snowflakes, this one good. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Hill. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Leary. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Leary to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That one is complete to Hardman. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. To the air is Leary. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Tillman, the man in motion. Back to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. He's inside the 30. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 78 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Extra point try by Bass. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. So after one, it's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play. To throw, it's Leary. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Going for it all.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return go. The Browns offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. We'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Up the middle they go. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. The safety, Justin Simmons, with the stop. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. He'll drop the throw. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes. It's virtually impossible to stop.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. The safety, Justin Simmons, with the stop. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Grateful, 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 gratefulness.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Bass's kick is good. And the Browns will now make it an 11-point game. It's 17-6.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. A go down as an incompletion.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
No motion over Flowers. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Return man steering clear of this one. They're going to mark it down at the 20-yard line. The Browns offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Here's 2nd and 9. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking it.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes you
quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the 1st down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield, pass the sticks, and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
The Ravens offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
What shall I do?
Catch of this 1st half and good enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Rashad Bateman, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
We'll try and set up the screen to Hill. He'll get it inside the 20. That is a gain of 15 halfway there as he's down to the 15.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was tight that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Taking my 4th and 4.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out.
In the season.
In motion comes Andrews. Al Give on the ground, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Do it without
2 minutes
me.
here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground.
This season, please don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. Lord,
Here's It's Rigoberto Sanchez now,
You do
as he'll punt it away for the
this
4th time today.
season. Don't do it without me.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Going up top and looking for Flowers. Big connection
Don't
there.
do
Taking
it
all the way near midfield on that
me.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks. Because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll go right back to Flowers. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Please don't
And now
do
you
it
can see they're
without
really getting in rhythm in
me.
this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last
Don't
completion, Mike,
do
they
it
cross midfield.
without me.
Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. You've got a quarterback who's in complete control. And they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Blessing in
Off
the
play action. He'll set
season.
up to throw. This one complete to Oliver. And they are in great shape.
Don't
He's taken
do
down
it
inside
without
the 10.
me. Do it without me.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. Now Leary. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But he'll gather it back in. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
Don't do it without me.
They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is 2nd down and goal. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently. And
this is hot toward the side of the end zone. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Ravens.
This is who I
Number
am.
7 for him on the year.
I will praise
you
him
hear coaches, you
while I
hear commentators,
can.
everybody talks about that
I'm
middle four, like the final 2
blessed,
minutes of the second quarter and the first 2
inspired,
minutes of the third
all
quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they
time.
steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will cut the deficit down to 4. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season.
Even when I'm going through, I've learned to worship you.
Plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to
Know
it.
my
We started down at Hard Rock Stadium in
circumstance.
Miami. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Rashee Rice,
My friends outweigh the bad.
check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Check on the Patriots. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Raiders. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
That's what I do. Praise is what I do.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready
It's
ourselves
what I
for
do.
the second half to follow. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense.
It's what I do.
Headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now we'll try to keep it going.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball out to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
To throw, here's Leary. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Praises what
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can
It's what I
occasionally split out in the
do.
slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he gets that to Hardman. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
1st and 10.
It's me.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Throwing is Leary. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Here's Leary. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Bateman is the motion man. Now, faking the give. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time, Mike, talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones. Saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
To the air is Leary. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. A second effort, and he is in. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Tucker for the point after. Oh, do you believe it? It's no good. That is his first extra point miss of the season. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored.
Not too long ago.
A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense get ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
In motion comes Andrews. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
Get to pray. In the name of Jesus, we need you. But did you say yes?
He'll look to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. The Browns getting their punting team out there. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Now fair catch, signal for, and made here at about the 43-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Nice job.
It's me, oh Lord. It is me.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's a run going left. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
Real simple praise.
They'll stay on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here. The 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku.
Don't ever only flow.
Here's a 2nd and 3 fourth.
It's all I need is a touch from the master's hand.
They'll look to throw. We'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And, Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off.
You'll make it all right.
He brings this to about the 26-yard
all I need.
line. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
Touch me. Touch me.
He'll drop to throw. He'll check this down to the running back.
So many mistakes.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. He's going to try to get this himself.
Oh, shit.
First down by a couple of yards. They get 5 there on 4th and 3.
Touch me.
In motion comes Andrews. Now a run on 1st down. And he will score.
Touch me.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact.
Lord,
but the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 95 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You
Yeah,
want
show
your
the
opponent
whole
to go down
thing.
and get...
Because of who you are, I give you praise. Good job, baby.
You're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the
Lord, I
return unit says, no,
worship
no.
you.
Offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point.
Leary to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
I give you glory. Yeah, Jesus. Praise.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The whole team's offense.
Because of who you are.
They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign.
He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 26-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run. And the defense there to
Be
meet him. They'll hold
glory,
him to 2 and bring up
yes,
3rd down.
They
Lord.
went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings.
Doggy.
First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we... Now a give up the middle. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line.
Lord, you reign in victory.
2nd and 6.
Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down.
I love to worship you.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
taking off. He'll try to get there.
You
And the quarterback
are.
scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot.
Do it
This
for
to tie
me.
things up here in the fourth. This one is pushed out to the right. It is no good. And
Do
the
it
deficit
for
will
me.
stay right where it is.
And that could very well wind up being a
Lord,
critical
you
miss. I mean,
don't
you've got to be
do
able to
it.
rely on your kickers at this stage of the
It
game.
just
But he
won't
can't come
be
through.
done.
And this one stays a 3-point game.
The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at
Do
the
it for
current
me.
playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs.
Fix
And
it
he's
for
going to be
me.
brought down, but not until he gets
All
inside the
I can
35.
do.
Now after the run, we get a
Fix
stoppage
it
for
for
an
me.
injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he
Lord,
will
I
get himself
can't
checked out.
do it.
To throw, it's Leary. No chance at all. He'll go down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second
Fix
down.
it for
That big
me.
chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Slot man in motion left. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion.
Do it for
First and
me.
downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Oh, Lord, do it for me. Do it for me.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Justice Hill.
Do it for
Touchdown,
me.
Ravens. That his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's got 20 on the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
It just won't be done. Oh,
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored.
do it for me.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll come out throwing here to start. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it off.
Do it for
And
me.
his offense is going to be all set up
Yeah,
with a short field and a
Lord,
chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the
do
game,
it
Mike,
for
we all
me.
know one play can be the difference between winning
Oh.
and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra
Do
possession
it for
that they just stole?
me.
The Ravens offense and
to
their
the
quarterback
door.
set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long.
You don't do it.
Three tight
It
ends in the
just
game to
won't
start the
be
drive.
done. So
Ball run play. This is Hill.
long. Do it
Space
for
hard to come by
me.
there. Tackle made right around the 40-yard line. Second down and 8. Now Leary. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
Oh,
And you
let
think
it
back to the first
go.
half, Mike, just
And
how well
let
he
go.
threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the
Couldn't
second
seem
half
to
to slow
fall
him down,
asleep.
but so far, that has
There
proven
was
to
so
not be
much
the case.
on my
They'll
mind.
run here with Hill.
Searching
Nothing
for
on that one
that
back to the
peace.
line of scrimmage, and that
But the
is it.
peace I could not
These edge rushers, they
find.
are judged by their
So
sack
then I
totals, Mike. They
kneel
love to
down
rush the
to
passer.
pray.
But they have responsibilities in the run game
Hey,
as well.
help me
Great job here,
please.
keeping it to no gain.
And he said you don't have
Here
to
comes the
cry,
blitz as he looks to throw.
'cause I'll
That one
supply
is
all
complete to
your
Hartman.
needs.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's
Soon
going to
as I
set up
stop
third down.
worrying, when I let go, and I let God, I let him have his way.
To throw, here's Leary. To the goal line and in.
Let him have.
Touchdown,
Let
Baltimore.
go.
Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but
Sometimes I can't find my
Mike, I just think they're
way.
entering miracle stage
And
right now, and I just don't think
oftentimes
there's
I
any coming back from this deficit.
struggle from day to day. I had to realize that it's not my battle. It's not my battle to fight.
the kick is good. And the Ravens will open it up
That
even further.
everything
Here
will
in
be
this fourth quarter.
alright. Yeah. Soon as I stop worrying. Oh.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown
Have
is
his
scored.
way.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball.
Oh, when I let go. And I let God.
As they get set to take over again
Let
on
me
offense. The deficit is 17,
let go.
so they got to start cutting into
Let
it soon.
God.
See if it starts here.
Let
First
go.
and 10.
And let
They'll be set
God.
up now.
Let go. Let God. Oh, let go. And let God. Let go. And let God. My brother, let go.
Off play action.
And
He'll
let
set up to
God.
throw. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman.
Let God.
And he'll be
Oh,
taken down,
let
but they are in
go.
business
And let
inside the 30-yard
God.
line.
Let go.
Everyone
And
talks
let
about all the physical
God.
qualities to play
Let
quarterback in the
go.
NFL, Mike,
And
and of
let
course that's a given.
God.
But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great
The
job of
tears
finding
in
the
your
vulnerabilities
eyes.
of the
It's
back end,
so
but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put
He
the ball
knows
in
your
the
heart.
exact right spot
He knows
to
the
allow his guy
stresses.
to make the big play.
He knows the struggles. Don't let go. And let
They'll come up on a
God.
second down
Soon
and 8.
Soon as I start worrying.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage.
Let him have his way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run
Oh, yeah. I can let go. I can let go.
You have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one.
Jesus, all I want is you.
On the ground, they'll go with Hill. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
All I want is you.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Throwing is Leary. Quick slant into the hands
Taking
of
my
the
last
Speedy
one
Flowers.
before.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 11. Here's Hill. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Third and long. Now, faking the give. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal. And Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do. Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now give on the ground. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll stick with him again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They're able to finish the season in style as they get the victory here in the finale in Week 18. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an
ultimate sacrifice.
come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting in a war, no permission. Hit the ignition and peak the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission.
You know what's best.